Between these iconic hedges, the field where some of college football's greats have called home. Sanford Stadium in Athens, Georgia, where these fans are ready to turn the dogs loose. A couple of teams trying to stake their claim to being among the best in the country in this top 25 showdown we have in store. As we'll see the number 23 team in the country, the Oklahoma Sooners, taking on the 5th-ranked team in the land, the Georgia Bulldogs. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. Georgia likely to kick it deep to get things started. He'll call for the fair catch here. This crowd bringing an ear-splitting welcome to their visitors. To the air, it's Ali. Oh, he's going to go up top. He's got it on the left. He's loose. Gets it into the end zone, but wait a minute. We'll have to check out the laundry on the field. The big gain on offense, and the play will stand. The offense declines the penalty. He'll try to tack on one more. And the PAT makes it 7-0. That kind of drive will boost your confidence. One play, hit the big pass, put a touchdown on the board. Kickoff team has the ball teed up, and they're about ready to go. Fair catch called for and made. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They're going to throw it to start the drive. Quarterback moving out of the pocket. Trying to make magic on the scramble. He goes out of bounds after a solid gain on the play.
You know what I really like about games like this at this point in the season? You find out who you are. You find out whether you're going to stay in the race.
And who can step up and handle the challenge, right? This is easily one of the toughest games to date for both of these programs coming into this one. So there's a lot of eyeballs, David, on this game to find out who's
got a lot of running room. Past the 20. Touchdown, Georgia! And once he found daylight, it was Katie bar the door, baby.
And coming into the game, you look at the stats and you say top 10 offense in scoring, so they better be able to create what? Explosive plays. Another explosive plays. They've been doing it all year long. Those plays are backbreakers. Defenses just can't contain this offense.
And he did get that extra point through the slippery surface, no problem. And we're all square as he set to kick it away. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. Here comes the Sooner offense back onto the field. Boy, that last touchdown, the one-play quick strike scored. Jesse, this offense hoping to keep that kind of explosiveness going.
And I don't know if they're going to get the same looks defensively because of just how explosive that play was, Reese. David, they may be seeing a little bit more off coverage on this drive and maybe some softer boxes to run into.
And when you make that kind of explosive play, you're going to put the defense on its heels. They're going to be a little bit more conservative So this offensive approach now, maybe I don't have to go deep. I can go a little bit shorter and just make those easy plays underneath.
The give to the running back from the shotgun. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Well, just nothing doing on that last run, and they knew coming into this one they were going to be challenged, right? This is one of the best defenses in all of college football. For them to have any shot, they're going to have to do a lot better running the football.
After losing a couple on that last play, here's 2nd and 12. Motion from the offense. Back to throw, it's Ali. Skips away from pressure. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. They've really performed at an elite level in conference play, and that'll build your confidence as we continue through this SEC season.
This was a team that was really motivated in the offseason coming into this one, and they knew the challenge ahead of them, but they also know how talented they are. And, David, they're putting that on display each and every week here in SEC play.
And let's pump the brakes, because if they're happy with what they've done so far, they're going to have some losses. Like, this is a tough league. The SEC is not easy to navigate. They're going to have to continue to grow and get better, but it's a heck of a start.
On 3rd down, he drops the throw. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
QBs and receivers on 3rd down, everything has to happen just a split second sooner. You're expecting pressure. The quarterback gets hit. Just now on the same page with his target.
Boots his first of the day away. He was called on 4 times in the victory last week. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. This could be a real turning point in the game. They scored a touchdown. They got to stop. And now a chance to break the tie.
Yeah, this offense has got it cooking, man. And how about the defense? Great job getting that stop, getting the football right back to the hot hand. Now this offense, Palmer, has a chance to take the lead.
You could see the offense, too. They understand the situation right now. They were jonesing on the sidelines to get another opportunity to run back on the field. They are ready to drive this ball and go score.
Finds a little bit of space, gets 3 to the 22.
All right, well, the offense here, they're trying to get this run game established. They obviously don't break off a long run there, but they're just trying to find their footing at this point.
Now facing a 3rd and long. They move the tight end all over. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. Fires into traffic. It's picked off. He'll try to take it back. And he will roll into the end zone. Touchdown, Oklahoma! What a play by this defense with the pick 6.
And how about the defender? Exactly what you're supposed to do. Breaks on the football, makes the interception. Everybody on defense, we turn to offense. Go lay some blocks so my guy can get it and take it back to the house.
And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. They're about to kick it away, and the defense probably can't wait to get back out there after the pick 6. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick 6, David.
Nah, it was a big mistake. Obviously, the defense took advantage of it, but you got to put it behind you. Jesse, I'm sure you know a thing or two about throwing a pick 6 and how to rebound.
I believe I've only thrown one in my life, but yes, I do, because of that singular instance. I'll say this. You can't let that play beat you twice. You got to go out, not try to get it all back here in one play. Just execute the offense.
Let's see what they've got on second down. They'll go to the ground. He gets it past the sticks, and Georgia has a first down. And the Dogs hunkering down to pick up a first down on the ground.
And you can hear the sound of Larry Munson. Run the dang ball. That's what they've always built this program on, is running the football, physical running backs. That's what Georgia does.
It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Linebackers moving, trying to confuse the quarterback. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. Off play action on first down. Lost one deep down the right side. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on.
Well, on defense, they know that this offense is going to try and take shots. So they're going to try and keep their secondary players in a position to make these types of plays. Good job on the back end forcing that incompletion.
Let's see if they go back to the air on second down. Johnson wants to throw it. He'll take another shot here. And they can't hook up, going for the big play on second down. Now it's third down.
That's an example of the offensive coordinator trying to be aggressive and trying to take a shot. Now, the offense isn't able to click on that play, but moving ahead in the second half, it's important they continue to dial up these big plays. You want to stay aggressive, and you want to keep testing this secondary.
A third and long coming up here. The offense wastes no time getting...
Timeout, Georgia.
They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. A strike downfield. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these third down situations.
And the Dogs are on the move. Power football with the run. Just enough room to gain a couple down to the 34.
I'll tell you, this is a running back who's very, very dangerous, and the defense did a good job getting him down there. But they got to do a great job gang tackling, because this is a guy that can break tackles and turn those types of plays into home runs.
Three wideouts to the right on 2nd and 8. Quarterback will audible. Johnson looking to throw. That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble.
Doesn't take this defense a lot of time to get to the quarterback, man. They've got speed all over the place. They hit him so quickly, and because of that, the ball falls incomplete.
After the 2nd down misfire, looking at a 3rd and 8. From the gun, wants to pass. Grabbed over the middle. It's Avent. And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on 3rd down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that play.
Comes out throwing on 1st down. Makes the catch. And he was thinking 6, but that D knocks him down at the 2.
A nice job by the QB there, timing out that drag throw. It's zone coverage, so he's got to make sure he gets it to his receiver in a window to allow him to catch the ball and then turn it upfield.
Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the 1st down without getting it into the end zone.
Offense, they have a lot of faith in this running back, knowing if they get down in this area of the field, he can get it done and he can answer the bell. 2 rushing touchdowns already for this offense.
And they did tack on the extra point, by the way, and knocked it right down the middle. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
2 very different emotions inside the locker rooms of these teams who did battle today. Jacksonville State was able to finish off a close one at Burgess Snow Field today. They did just enough both offensively and defensively to come away with the dub. 60 minutes of football and a convincing outcome, and certainly a game with implications far beyond just the standings, fellas.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. So Oklahoma has it again, and here comes the offense. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive this time, David.
And I think this offense has to be a little bit more balanced. Find a little balance between the run, Jesse, and working in that pass.
And I think, too, David, it's just going to take a spark. It just takes one play to get this thing picked up and going.
Able to pick up a couple on 1st down, 2nd and 8 from their own 27. Scanning the field, it's Ali. Going for the big play. A full dive to haul that one in. Another big completion for the Sooners, and that's right in keeping with that legacy of great quarterbacks.
Just dudes that can spin it. The offense is always fun. It's always fast. There's a lot of things about Oklahoma that you can count on. And offense and great quarterback play is always one.
And he's almost to that 1st down marker there, saying he's a little bit short. They might want to bring out the sticks and measure, but it looks as if he'll be just short of the 1st down. And the Sooners are in the red zone. The corners are walked up tight. They'll leave it with him.
Well, the defense knew coming into this one it was going to be a physical game. Guys are going to have to be great at the point of attack and get off blocks and make tackles. They couldn't stop the offense from picking up that 1st down on that run play.
The Sooners look to keep this drive humming. Leaves it with the running back. Can White cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the...
First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another first down. Gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got a burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. And right now, he's doing some damage on this defense.
They're going to run it. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Sooners!
You know, this guy's had a big role in this offense this year, especially when they get down close to the end zone. That's his 5th rushing touchdown on the year. He's been a factor for these guys offensively.
Ready to try the point after. The defense calls the timeout. Their second of the day as they try to get their act together. Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And with the extra point, the score is now 21-14. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. The kickoff team on the field, and he ought to just boom this thing through the end zone with that extra 15 yards on the penalty. No shot to return that one as he boomed it out of the back of the end zone. The offense lining up for a first down play. Running to the left. Shakes off the defender. And he'll be run out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage. Not a very productive play there.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going and handing the ball off.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Running back searching for a hole. There to make the tackle, and that's how we'll wrap up this first period.
That's the end of the first quarter. Oklahoma 21, Georgia 14.
What is this?
They've changed ends of the field, now facing 3rd down as they go back to work. Someone not clear on the snap count. It'll be a false start, and they'll move it back. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. They're facing a 3rd down. Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. Movement on the offensive line. That's going to be a false start, and they'll walk it back. Not much of a decision to make there. The defense will move them back. You make up the game plan, and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Johnson wants to throw it. And he will be sacked at the 6-yard line. He is a menace rushing the passer. Career sack number 20.
I mean, some people just have a knack for getting to the quarterback. What a great job throughout his career. Getting there, getting him down, getting pressures. He has been a quarterback's worst nightmare.
I was just going to say, David, you don't sleep well as a quarterback the night before you have to play against this guy because he is going to sack you. That is a guarantee. Death, taxes, and sacks for that guy.
Sooner offense to go back to work. Jesse, a very productive drive last time wound up with a touchdown.
Yeah, mixing and matching play calling really well. Nice balance on that last one, Dave. Let's see what they can do here in this next drive.
Yeah, and I don't expect anything different. When you put together a drive like that, I would do more of the same. Keep the pace, keep it going.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. They'll try the run. Defense there to stop him after a gain of 3, but he is inside the 30 to the 29.
Now, that's what you try to do as a defense. Limit those damages when they run the football. Get them on the ground, short gains to set your defense for positive situations down the road.
They probably feel good about their field goal chances from the 29, but they'd love to convert this 3rd and short. Back to pass, it's Ali. Fires deep toward the end zone. And he's got it! Touchdown, Oklahoma!
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they cover the final 29 yards with that touchdown pass.
14.
He'll call for the fair catch here. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
Wants to fire on 2nd down. Knew where he wanted to go with it, but couldn't find his target. It's incomplete.
You got to give the defense a lot of credit, man, because they've come into this hostile environment. They've quieted the crowd down with some of the plays they're making. They've got a nice lead right here, and they're making it hard for this quarterback to go to work.
If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. Johnson looking to throw. Unloads to the wideout. Another incompletion on 3rd down.
That's why it's so important for this defense to win 1st and 2nd down. You set up 3rd and longs like that. You can show your exotic looks. You can get the pass rush going. Everybody on the back end expecting throw. And that's how you force incompletions and force 4th downs.
Georgia sends out the punt team. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Fourth down, and the punt team sends it the other way. Makes a move. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. Guys, we'll get another look at this Oklahoma offense. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect it.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
Line gets set, first down. Toss sweep to the left. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
Hey, how about it? How about the old toss play, right? QB catches the ball, tosses it to the running back. Listen, it's got to be thrown out in front of him so he can continue to run, and then that offensive line has to do a really good job of getting the edge so he can get north and south. Used to see that play a ton back in the day. You just don't see much of it anymore.
Ran the ball on first down. Let's see what they do on second. They'll run it behind the big guys on the left. At the 35, he's open. Nothing but green ahead. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown Sooners! No midseason concentration laps here in Week 7 as they push out that lead.
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
The kickoff team out there to boot it away and 15 yards farther up the field after the roughing the kicker penalty. If you can do that, I don't know why you don't do it every time. Reduce the risk. Banged it out of the back of the end zone. They'll put it in play at the 25. The offense set for a first down play. The give to the tailback. Tackle is made at the 28 after a pickup of 3. Georgia going up tempo. They'll give it to the back. At the 40, there he goes. They'll get the first down. It's spotted on the 49. This offense absolutely humming as they come to the line again. They are letting the big dogs eat on the ground.
Pound, pound, pound. The dog pound. Run the football. Be physical. You can go back when Vince Dooley won a championship. Herschel Walker. You go all through the names. So many great running backs that run with an edge that are dogs.
It's the MO of this offense, and they really put a lot on the offensive line to go out and really try and establish their dominance and their assertiveness, and they've done a good job of that early in this game running the football.
Got 6 on first down. Now a lot of options on second and 4. Leaves it with the back. He locked up and held on to bring him down. Might be decision time if the defense can get a stop on third down from the 45. Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. Johnson wants to throw it. Tight end finds a soft spot. Now they're really starting to threaten as they pick up the first down at the 34-yard line.
Man, it's nice having a QB that is going to hang in there. You could tell, hanging in there, he knows he's going to get hit, right? If I'm going to get hit, I might as well make a completion. Great job hanging in there, throwing the football on target and getting the completion.
Georgia going back to work with another first down. They want to run it left here. Trucks through the defender. Relying on that running game, and it works for about 3 yards to the 31.
You know, runs like this oftentimes are like a boxer in a boxing match. Obviously, it's not a knockout punch, but these are body blows. And as the game goes on, these small gains are going to turn into longer runs.
Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. He's looking to throw. Flushed out of the pocket. He's looking on the right side. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in. It is a valuable tool to have a quarterback that can extend a play like that. But sometimes you're smart to be check down Charlie and just take something easy and not invite disaster.
Because when you roll out, you're rolling out, you're cutting the field in half, right? The defense starts to run from one side to where you're rolling out.
Can't find a man, and he'll be knocked down at the 40.
This is not going to get any easier. You're already down. You know it's passing situation, and you got to protect your quarterback, and they can't do it. This has not been a great day early for this offense.
Perhaps their punter is injured. Perhaps they don't like to punt. Perhaps they hold an inherent bias against kicking the ball to the other team. Whatever the reason, they'll go for it on 4th and a country mile. We've made our way to the 2-minute warning, and now they'll try to at least cut a little something off of this lead before the break. Georgia lining up to punt it away.
On to kick it away.
It's a fake he wants to throw. And it's caught. Can he get to the marker?
Man, everybody loves a fake punt until it doesn't work. And how about the defense? Great job being aware, not falling asleep. That's what happens. A lot of times you fall asleep, you give up a big play, give up the first down. They were dialing in, they were ready, and they stopped the guy just short of the first down.
Off the play fake on first down to throw. Fires to the wideout. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down.
Second down.
Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. The give to the back. Still running at the 40. Just steamrolling the defense. And chunk plays are the name of the game, and they get one here before the defense finally makes the stop. Now from the 48-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Here's the handoff. Really nice stop there from this senior leader.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down, the defense thinks you might be running the football. You still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Trying to get the edge on the right. He just never got started going forward. A huge loss of 8 on the play.
Well, they're trying to go toss to the field and get that running back out into space to use his speed, but the defense looked like they were already lined up expecting that play, and they force a negative.
I'm not positive, but that first down marker might be in the next county. Wide receiver coming across in motion. With jet sweep pass. Past the 40. The expressway is wide open. Touchdown, Oklahoma! And once he found some daylight, it was time to make a house call.
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. Getting set for the point after.
Is on for the extra point.
And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Dynamite matchup today, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. Boise State is trailing right now, but I'm old enough to remember the 07 season where this program ran the Statue of Liberty play to win the Fiesta Bowl. If that group could find a way, there's hope for this team. They're trailing by 10 to UNLV. We'll circle back if anything big happens in this college football matchup.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. So late in the half, this is really an opportunity, David, maybe to swing the momentum in their favor.
Dang right. There's no time to be conservative. We're a little bit down. Listen, I just think this is a point with the offense that they can prove. Like, we're here. We're going to create something now that we can build on in the second half.
Coach said all week he wanted to be aggressive. This is a great opportunity to show that right now. At the end of the first half, try and generate some momentum, score some points before going into halftime.
On first down, here comes this offense. Linebackers trying to create some confusion. Johnson looking to throw. Can't hang on, and he'll tell you he really should have made that catch, and he had an opportunity right in the middle. It'll be second down.
Well, that's just a great play by the defender and great timing. It was the hit that forced that incompletion.
What's going on, guys?
Now second and 10. He's looking to throw. They're trying to get to it. That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be third down.
He didn't have a whole lot of time to get rid of that one. The defense was all over him right after the snap. No wonder that thing fell incomplete.
This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on third and long. The play action fake. Hit as he throws. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and fourth down's coming. Georgia sends out the punt team. He may keep that rush honest after completing a pass earlier. I wouldn't quite call it a shank, but that's not exactly going to go on the resume reel. Excellent coverage that time. Didn't give him any room to set up a big return. The Sooner offense returns to the field. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute, David.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been.
All kinds of running room. And he'll take it in. They couldn't get him on the ground. Touchdown, Sooner.
Well, This offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. What a way to send a message. Huge play in the running game. One snap and you've got a touchdown on the board. The kickoff team out there getting set. The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot, and you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable, that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
Now he's looking into the middle. And that'll be incomplete. They tried to hit him with a big one on first down.
Love the coverage on the back end by the defense on that play. In these scramble-type situations, the quarterback's rolling out to his right. Everything breaks down, and it really gets hard on these defenders to have to stay with their man, but a good job there by the defense.
Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. Johnson wants to throw it. Oh, he loves to fire downfield. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it.
Hey, listen, the quarterback didn't get the completion on that throw, but that doesn't mean you can't try again. Trust in your playmakers outside to push the field and stretch it vertically and make a play for you. It won't surprise me to see this QB take more shots as this game goes on.
Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Snagged in the middle. It's Lynn. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up.
A first down.
Clock winding towards 0. They'll get one more snap off. He wants to throw. He hurls one deep down the left side. The pass falls incomplete, and that's how we'll finish this half. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. The Sooners will try to kick this one deep to get things underway in the second half. Here he comes with the return. He goes out of bounds on that return right at the 20-yard line. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. What could go wrong did in the first half, and they start this third quarter at the bottom of the mountain.
Man, that was bad. That was a frying pan to the head. That was a TKO. It was awful in the first half. Flush it. I got to start doing something right. I got to find some positives. I get the ball first to start this possession, try to put a scoring drive together.
The only thing you can do at this point offensively is just make sure your best players are touching the football as often as possible. You recruited these guys. You got guys out of the portal. You put your faith in them to make plays. This is a time to go out and do it.
And not much running room. He had to break a tackle and still break another tackle to try to get back to the line of scrimmage. Not good blocking on the play.
Well, that's what coaches always emphasize, too. Never assume a teammate's going to make the tackle. You run to the ball, and they did it there.
100%, especially guys that are so big and strong and elusive nowadays. They're going to break tackles. Keep swarming, keep hitting them. Next guy, don't assume the tackle is going to be made.
Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. Pulls and fired complete. And and he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. Georgia comes quickly to the line. On fourth down, they'll try to throw it. He's looking deep. And the pass is intercepted. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
What a nice play by the DB there. When that rain starts coming down, the ball gets a little bit heavier. The quarterback throws the ball a little bit lighter. DBs can take advantage sometimes of some underthrown balls, go out and make some big plays.
The give to the back. They get him stopped at the 26, but boy, that was an attitude run. A pickup of 6.
Well, this offense came into the game knowing they wanted to be physical. They wanted to establish the line of scrimmage, and they're running downhill right at this defense, and they're churning out positive yardage early.
Powers forward, but stopped after a pickup of 2 to the 24. This third down play more than manageable from the 24. Can the defense stand tall? To the ground to try to move the chains. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Yeah, and listen, the offense has had their way, and they've had so much success and so much production. But listen, at least the defense got a rep. You know, maybe this gets you a spark. Maybe this gets you some energy. Maybe we'll see a little bit more life from this defense.
Yeah, they may not win the game, but I think this defensive coaching staff at this point, based on how this game has gone, they're just trying to find things to build off of. Maybe that's something they can point to as they get ready for their next opponent, of things they did right and things that they got to do more consistently moving forward.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Dynamite matchup this week, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. Oregon State looks like it sent the JV squad out there today. An offense that can't move the sticks and a defense that looks awful. So unlike this program. They're trailing by 21 to Purdue. For now, it's back to you fellas, but of course, if anything changes, we'll see it right here.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. Mistakes are going to happen, as they did on that last drive. Now, how will they respond, Jesse?
And this is the kind of guy who's going to take full accountability. That was my bad. That's on me. I'm about to lead this offense now down the field and score some points.
Dang, I wish I'd have played with you. I didn't play with many quarterbacks that were just like, yeah, my bad. Hey, guys, I got this. Sorry about that. It was more, you should have ran a better route.
They'll spread the defense out, going 5 wide on 2nd and 10. Johnson looking to throw. Gets it out quickly.
That's a bang-bang play, 3-step slant. They rep this over and over in practice so they can go out and execute it on game day like that.
Boy, could they use a conversion on 3rd and short from their own 24. Looking to throw for it. He's got his man. They'll move those chains, getting it out to the 29-yard line and trying to get this drive rolling. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one, but we know who he really wants to go to on 3rd down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
The Dogs will have it 1st and 10. Quarterback checking off. He'll come out throwing on 1st down. He's got his man. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the 1st down. The Bulldogs want to pick up the tempo. He's looking for a man on 2nd down. makes the catch. And he's down after making the catch, but did not reach the line to gain. After the short completion, do they go for the big one on third down? They keep attacking through the air. And that pass picked off. Trying to take it back. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Oklahoma! The defense puts 6 on the board with a big-time interception return. The DB saw it. He thought, don't drop it, don't drop it. Don't get caught, and he didn't. The pick 6.
Hey, these guys can play offense too now. Look at this. I showed you I can be a wide receiver. Coach might split him out at wide receiver next week after making that big play. But defense, great job making the interception. And you're right, doing something with it. Don't just slide down. Don't be content. Take that thing all the way back, brother.
And with the extra point, the lead is even bigger. They'll kick it off and send that defense right back out there to try to score again after the pick 6. Fair catch called for and made. Get another look at this Bulldog offense. Well, the good news is they threw a touchdown pass last time. It was just to the wrong team, Jesse.
Well, that's an unfortunate part of the game for quarterbacks, but guess what? They do happen, so you've got to be able to turn the page here and lead this offense.
Well, I think you know this defense is going to be aggressive. They're going to jump routes. They're going to play aggressive. You got to take advantage of that. Maybe use that this time to your advantage.
It's complete to the left.
And I love when my quarterback sees zone and knows exactly where to go with the football. Sees the wide receiver running the drag route, knows when to throw it, pulls the trigger for the easy completion.
Quarterback changing the plays at the line. In the gun, looking to throw on third down. He's got the back in the middle. Good tackle there to stop him short of the first down. It'll bring up a big decision. The offense stays on the field. Maybe they'll try to make the defense jump. They also might try to run it ahead for 1 yard. On fourth down, they'll run it, looking for the first. They make the stop, and this running game moves the chains as they get the first down. Georgia going up tempo. Do you think that was a straight go, or they just sort of went with gut feel as to whether the defense was going to relax on that? And they got him for the sack. Second down now after the sack. He's looking to throw. He put some heat on that one down the middle. He's got it downfield for a huge gain.
And if I'm a defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback, disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive or do something a little bit different.
This Georgia offense moving quickly down the field. Looking to move it through the air. Now he's going to glide away from pressure. Grabs it inside the 10. Run out of bounds just before he could get it into the end zone, and now they're set up first and goal.
And And that's why this guy's a complete running back. He's good between the tackles, he can pass block, but he can also run routes. And we're not just talking about screens or swing routes. This guy gets vertical down the field, and he can run the route tree.
And the Bulldogs trying to pay off the threat on 1st and goal.
Here we go.
Quarterback checking the play. Here's the snap, looking to throw. And it's caught! Touchdown, Bulldogs! Lining up for the PAT. Right down the middle. That deficit's still pretty big, and they'll try to get it right back and cut into it with an onside kick. Timeout called here by the defense. It's the first one they've used this half. Still down big here in the 3rd quarter, but if you can recover this onside kick, you might get back in the game. Looks as if the hands team will be able to recover the ball. Will go back to work.
They've got the lead here. Last time they settled for a field goal, but David got to find that balance between being aggressive and careful.
And I think they'll take that. I got the lead, Palmer. I got the football. I got to take care of the football, put a nice drive together, and just get some kind of points on this drive.
No doubt. Lots to be happy about right now if you're this team. I think for this one, though, on this drive, it's about finding the one-on-one matchups that are in your favor and then exploiting them.
Going with the ground game left. And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop.
When you're a defense, it is stop the run first. That is your first responsibility. It makes the whole game easy. And right now, they got it going on the ground. The defense is going to change something up. These little tiny dink and dunk, dink and dunk. You keep doing this, they'll go all the way down the field on you, so you might want to get a little bit more aggressive.
Looking to throw, it's Ali. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They had been trying all game long, different ways to affect him, weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy, and that's why the ball falls incomplete.
Catch is made at the 15. They'll get him down at the 21-yard line. The coverage team able to stop him right there. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. Last time they had it, they took it down the field for a touchdown. They can build some confidence that they could go back-to-back scoring drives here.
Yeah, and remember, it's not uncommon for offenses to find themselves as the game goes on. They had some things not go their way early, but they found something last drive, David. Let's see if they can build on it.
Yeah, you just pick and pick and pick until you find that place where you're like, okay, this is an advantage I have. They've clearly found that. Dude, they score here, we're in for a ball game.
That last incompletion leaves them with 2nd and 10 from the 21.
42 Spider.
Couldn't connect on 1st down, now back to the air. Looking to scramble. He's going to run it. He is brought down, but man, what a job to find some running room and move the chains. Georgia comes quickly to the line.
These guys aren't human anymore. I mean, they got to survey the field, throw the football, make deep pass.
He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. Intercepted. Taking it the other way. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position.
Nice play by the DB. Most people say offenses have the advantage, right? They know where they're going. They have the footing underneath them. Defensive guys, you still got to guess. You might be a little bit more cautious. No, sir, this defensive back does a great job breaking on the football, going up and making the INT.
And brought down. Looks as if that's how we'll end the third.
Second down. That's the end of the third quarter of play. With the score, Oklahoma 59, Georgia 21.
Second down here as they go back to work after the break. Wide receiver shows motion. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Got to give the defense credit. Watching film, anticipating. They knew that this offense had this play in their back pocket. They knew about the speed of this wide receiver and different ways they were going to try to get him involved. Everybody on defense on the same page, playing together. I love it.
Third down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. From the gun, wants to pass. Blasted as he lets it go. That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on third down. On fourth down, they'll throw for it. Takes a shot as he throws, and it never had a chance. Incomplete.
It is what it is. There's no pressure. This game's over. You're up by a ton of points. They're not going to come back in the fourth quarter. So you're just trying to put up more stats. And listen, stats count. Like, we all count our stats. At the end of the season, we look up, you got 1,000 yards receiving. Like, all these plays still matter.
We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. After throwing the pick on the last drive, need to take care of the ball this time, Jesse.
We're going to find out a lot about this quarterback right here, too. How does he fight through?
Fires toward the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Georgia.
And this has been a rough day for this offense. And finally, some good things to happen. Build some momentum maybe for the future. You know, that's the way the coaches spin it when you're getting beat up and you're getting destroyed. Like, let's find something for the future. Let's keep fighting. Let's keep working. This team's done that. Put some points on the board, so it's not all bad.
They're down big, but they'll keep fighting to the bitter end and line up for the onside kick here. Quick timeout by the defense here, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. Here come the Sooners, ready to go on offense. That fourth down gamble didn't pay off on the last drive, and it led to giving up a scoring drive, David.
Yeah, and everybody wants to go for it on fourth down. Everybody wants that, but your defense sometimes has to bail out your decision-making. We decided to go for it. We didn't get it. The defense, Jesse, didn't come up big and prove me right.
Yeah, not complimentary football, no doubt. But look, this offense has been in these situations before. So you got to come back out here, take the field. It's a fresh set of downs, brand new drive. Let's go out and execute, put some points on the board.
And he'll pick up one. It brings up 2nd and 9.
Picks up one. Brings up second down.
Got a little work done on first down, now back to the line. Try to get it to the edge. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. On third down, going up top. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and fourth down's coming. And the Sooners will punt this one away.
Number 10 on to kick it away.
Good job by the coverage unit to put a stop to that return. Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. A quick strike touchdown up top the last time they had it, Jesse. They'd love to do it again.
No doubt. They've got so many playmakers on the perimeter, David. Just find a way to get these guys the ball in space.
And you already started, man. Making that big play, opening up this offense. This quarterback is feeling good about himself. I wouldn't be surprised if they give it right back to him.
On second down, he'll let it fly. Got his man. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short. Georgia going up tempo. On third and short, they'll go to the power running game. And he'll pick up the first down after a tough run there.
Well, it's a good time to mix in the run play. You're down, it's late in the fourth quarter right now, and everyone's expecting you to throw, so not a lot of defenders in the box. So that's a great situation to try to run the ball.
Georgia ready to dial it up on another first down. He's going to pass. The sure hands, it's Lynn. Makes the catch and knocked down. Got 5 wideouts spread across the field on 2nd and 5.
I'll tell you, man, I love quarterbacks that have arm talent, but that can throw it accurately at the same time, and you saw all of it on that in route.
Just what they were looking for, and he's got him set up in business at the 35 with a first down.
And when you run those drag routes, it just takes a little bit of know-how. And when I say that, the receiver's got to understand, find space. My quarterback's going to find me. He's looking for that space at the same time. Nice throw, nice catch. Way to get the first down.
He's looking to throw it. Quarterback extends the play. Fires into traffic, picked off. He was looking for room to return that, but he'll just hand it to the offense. They'll take over at the 18.
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's past, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback, and DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats, get the INT. Nice job by this D.
Touch pass on the jet sweep. And he breaks into the open. He's at the 40. Running inside the 20. Touchdown Sooners! And the punishment has been extended. They put another score on the board as they try to push this winning streak to 3.
And this always is the debate of where you fall. It's your job to stop me, or I should get conserved, because this offense obviously has had themselves a day, and apparently their day's not over. They're going to continue to keep scoring, and the defense better do something about it.
And with that extra point, the lead remains in the gargantuan category. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
All right, guys, want to update you on a game that went final moments ago. Louisiana Tech was far from the friendly confines of Ruston, but still managed to scratch out a win. And there was a lot of chatter this week about this group not being ready. Time to check those receipts, if you know what I mean. The circle of life in college football, where one team moves on feeling like kings and the other heads home licking its wounds.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there, Kevin. Thanks for the update. Give to the running back. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27. Georgia comes quickly to the line. To the ground with the back. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Third down conversions, always a huge stat, and they've got a 3rd and long from the 27. He'll loft one deep down the left side. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down.
Well, trailing this much in the 4th quarter, the offense is looking for an explosive play to try to ignite them and get them back in this one, but nothing doing. Nice job in coverage.
4th down, and the punt team sends it the other way. This is a spot you see many returners try to take a chance, but not this time. Fair catch just inside the 40. Here comes the Oklahoma offense. They torched this defense with an explosive passing play for a score last time out. Let's see if they go right back at them. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming.
You know, it's so important for offenses to want to keep 3rd downs manageable. The way you do that is by having success like that, running the football on 1st down.
They'll keep it on the ground to keep this clock moving. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. 3rd and long from the 42. If they can get some of it, it might give them a chance to go for it on 4th down. They think there's room to run to the right here. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup. He's up to 90 yards on the ground, and he has his eyes fixed on leading the nation in rushing. They go to the ground. And he finds some solid space, makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop it.
Offenses ice football games in the 4th quarter by running the football, and that's what these guys are trying to do right now, right? We're going to bleed the clock. We're going to stay on the field. It doesn't matter if the defense knows we're running it. They cannot stop us, and they're looking pretty impressive right now doing it.
You know, you start day 1 of training camp running your base runs. You need a few yards, you run these plays. You need a 1st down, you run these plays. You rep them over and over and over again. They're not sexy, they're not pretty, but in the end, they're effective, and they get you that new set of downs when you need them.
He had to fight for a couple down to the 33.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense will be quite content just to drain the rest of the time away. Offense gets set for 2nd down. They'll try the outside to the left. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there.
And the defense is still fighting. They haven't had the day that they dreamed of. You know, talking to the coaches coming to the game, like they thought they had a good plan. They'd be ready to attack and limit some of the damage this offense has done. They haven't done it today, though. They got to go back to the drawing board, figure some things out, because this wasn't a great day. And they just kind of sneaked that one in there as a defensive guy, 3rd and 5+. I'm thinking pass. They were thinking pass, Palmer, and they slipped the run in.
And it's so nice then to have this guy at running back too, right? Because you could throw it to him on 3rd down or hand it off. And he's got the vision and the athleticism to go pick up that first, keep the drive going.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. They'll go to the ground. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
Running to the left. And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the 1st down marker.
Man, those hurt for a defense because you got him in 3rd and long, right where you want him. You're thinking pass, pass, pass. They sneaked the run in there. Now they got a 4th and short situation. First thing, I'm always watching the football. Now getting ready for the run game, the short passing game, the play action game.
Despite failing earlier on 4th down, they will try again here. They'll try it on the ground. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Oklahoma! And the route is on. With that score, it looks as if this bunch is about to go 6-1.
And you knew this one was over already, but how about an exclamation point to go with it? Another score for this offense. They've had themselves a great day, and the stats just continue to pile up.
And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. They put it in the end zone with a 12-play scoring drive. And it was capped off with an impressive 16-yard run for the score. That one bounds through the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Movement from the linebackers trying to mess with the offensive line's assignments. Buys a little time with his feet. Fires to the middle. That, friends, is a busted play. Incomplete.
And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum. This is one of those days that you learn from, you try to grow from. A lot of things that we're going to show in the film room that people aren't going to like, but hopefully you can learn from it and do better next time.
Flushed out of the pocket. Stands in and takes the hit. The pass is incomplete, and the clock will stop with 5 seconds left.
And this defense has put a game together. Like, it is hard to put all the facets of defense together. Run defense, pass defense. They've been so good, man. Dialed in. You could tell they were ready. They were fast. They were physical. They dominated this football game today.
One more play to pad the stats. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Can't make the connection. Incomplete pass, and 1 second remains.
After that incompletion, 4th and long now on your own side of the field. You're trailing in the 4th quarter. What's your go-to play call here in the passing game? Where is the matchup that you trust in to come up with a big one to give yourself a chance to stay alive and win this game?
And after this play, the cake will be baked. On 4th down, looking to pass. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. Can't make the catch. In fact, he just flat dropped it, and they just dropped the game. After not really playing their best earlier this season, people said this team is bad. Now